Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll start the return inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Kentucky's offense will get the football first. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The short hands, it's Patterson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Score with these guys, man.
Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Ward. Just a short pass to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense has the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate? Big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse.
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the S.
Oh, he's got some space. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Got enough space. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. They'll They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Creates a little space. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Got a lot of room to the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Ward. Using the quick game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not in this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Goes to the option. Now the toss. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
Playing the option meant consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Keeps it on the draw.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematic.
Trying to find the end zone, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. There was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
It's complete on the right side.
Man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
He splits the upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have in the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Looking to throw, it's Baker. Fires to the big fella. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. The give to the tailback. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. game so far. Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got a man, it's Taylor. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Georgia going back to work with another first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Dropping back, it's Baker. Caught near the sticks, it's Taylor. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little kick route, try to get my guy open.
On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down to possession stage that they're able to score some points.
He lets one fly deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air. It's Ward. Catch in the middle. It's Skinner. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. There's some pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. Fires one high and deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Out of the gun to give to the back. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Got it in the middle. It's Taylor. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Let's go. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Baker. Finds his man. It's Taylor. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical.
Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Williams. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dogs! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. Off play action on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Simmons. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Wildcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot. Get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Makes the catch. It's Patterson. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. quick snap. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it good.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Looking for a man. It's Ward. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Got it in the middle, it's Archer. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. QB draw. And he'll finish the line in the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in their running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here comes the heat. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to turning it on.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Georgia. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Got room to work. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The wide Wildcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the air, it's Ward. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes the grab deep. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll knock it out to 33.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB, because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. To the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Kentucky! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him, he can just post him up. Linebacker, he can run by him, so that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run the ball, but the clock is on their side. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive, even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right?
Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. UCLA looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Kentucky right back to the line.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that 1st down. Rushes on him. Got out of trouble and throws. Snagged in the middle. It's Archer. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. to throw again. Firing to the right, complete. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. They get it corralled, and not until he's in the red zone, they'll mark it after 14. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Wildcats. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a nice touchdown. Continue to fight, continue to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your